Hello and welcome to the Advanced Oil Rig Track Guide. I'm going to go ahead and run a lap on the oil rig and try to point out some of the things that I'm trying to focus on and do while I'm running the more optimized racing line for time trials and for racing. As soon as we begin here, we're going to immediately want to roll upside down so that we can follow our TVI down to the first turn and line ourselves up nicely to go through it. After the first turn, you're going to want to line yourself up so that you get nice and low and wide so you can take a late apex through this next turn and line yourself up for cold vent, the really narrow straightaway after this turn. See, as we come down here, take a nice late apex, and then we're lined right up for this next straightaway. Through here, you just want to do a little jab up pitch, and then start your TVI follow. Use your verts to keep your TVI on your crosshair as you make your way through the entirety of this big, long, sweeping straightaway. As we approach this next turn, we're going to want to make sure we stay as wide as possible. Staying wide here will give us that nice late apex like we did earlier. Even more important on this turn, as you'll see, it lines you up really well for roughneck. So you're lined up really well here, and then it's going to line you up even better for that next turn. Here on Foreman's Office, you're going to want to make sure you line up either in the middle or even farther outside of the turn so that you either get a normal apex or a late apex on this turn. So now I actually want to go back and just to show the importance of doing this turn right, I want to show a bad example of going through that turn. So here we're going to see, coming in, we're going to take it really tight. We're not way out wide like we're supposed to be, we just keep getting tighter, and then when you try to make the turn, you're going to have to let off your mains, you're going to end up super deep, and you're going to have to turn back to get back on track, and then you're not lined up for the next turn, so you're going to have to turn yourself back over there to correct, and you're going to use a lot of speed doing that. So let's go ahead and bring us back to Foreman's Office here, and we're going to continue the lap. Through here, you're just going to roll back over and immediately start pitching up through here. You could dolphin that, but you just have to time it right. So down through here, this is an important turn. You're going to want to just go straight and then do one turn to line yourself up for these next two cranes. This is going to give you a lot more time to get your roll done so that you can start pitching up into Ninos. As we get to the last crane, it'll help if you go a little bit lower into it. You'll be able to turn a little bit earlier and get a little bit of a head start going up towards Ninos. Up to Ninos, you're going to want to oversteer a little bit just to pull your TVI up a little bit faster. And then I like to roll through here. You don't have to roll, you could dolphin, it just requires better timing. If you are going to roll though, you're going to want to use boost so that you roll around fast enough. Then we're going to go ahead and bring it down towards the choke. Get yourself lined up to make your left hand turn into corkscrew. The corkscrew is going to end up being one of the most important turns in the track. It's a really slow turn, and it's important to stay really smooth and as close as you can to the crane during the cork. For me, this turn is mostly just based on feel, but the one tip that I can give is that if you're able to carry enough speed into the corkscrew, your aerodynamic surfaces won't stall, and you'll be able to pull yourself through the turn a little bit better with your aerodynamics instead of relying on your mavs and thrusters to push you through. So I'll go ahead and play the video and show you what that might look like. So through corkscrew, we're going to get back on the boost, get back up to speed on this straight. Do a little TVI follow here, don't do a small turn here, you just want to do one big turn through Ironsides, and then get back on the boost up to the start finish, roll over so you can get ready for your next lap, and pitch down into that first turn again. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is racing at night. Being at Lorville, the nights are super dark, and there's a good chance we might have to race in the dark a little bit. Looking at this video, using no reshade and just headlights, it's very difficult to see the turns coming at you. So what I'd recommend before race day comes is to download Reshade. If you go onto the inputs and hardware section on the XGR Discord and then go to the pins, there should be a guide on there by Speedweed to install Reshade and to install his presets, which are really good for seeing in the dark. That's going to do it for the Oil Rig Advanced Guide, and I hope that it helps some people out come race day.